Radio, V81 Radio. V81 Radio, V81 Radio.
Our Almighty God, Creator of heaven and earth, Father and lover of our soul, you sit on your throne of mercy and rule with your love and faithfulness. You are full of grace. We acknowledge your presence in our lives. Nothing is hidden in your eyes, even our challenges and struggles in life. We come to you with faith. We ask not only for our daily spiritual bread, but to seek your forgiveness and undeserving favor to heal our land, our family members, our friends and neighbors, even our enemies with COVID-19 and other diseases. Holy Spirit, help us to deepen our faith and see the opportunity to believe, obey, and worship. As we face this pandemic, you are Lord and God. Encourage us and change our hearts, not to fear, but to be full of hope and find ourselves praying and meditating your word. We believe no works of the enemy prosper to your children. Abba, Father, we believe that your Son Jesus Christ is Lord and Savior. He is the truth in our salvation. Hear our prayers, O Lord, and most of all, not our will, but thy will be done. We pray this in Jesus' name, the name above all names, who was and is to come. Amen.
Tunog Pinoy, Tatak Pinoy, your all hits, all Pinoy digital radio station in South Manila. This is V81 Radio.
Ito ang paborito ng bawat Pilipino. Basta all hits, all Pinoy, panalo. Merong kwentong iyakan at tawanan. Kahit nasaan ka man, ito'y mapapakinggan. V81 Radio, V81 Radio. Ito ang radio mo, ito ang radio ko. V81 Radio, V81 Radio. Dahil mahal namin kayo. V81 Radio, V81 Radio. Para sa inyo ito, V81 Radio.
The views and opinions expressed by the host do not necessarily state or reflect those of the company and its management. Furthermore, the views and opinions of the guests do not reflect those of the host, the show, this station, the management, and the network. Here now is the program for the millennials that will showcase young professionals' worth, aspirations, and successes in doing what they believe is right, progressive, and inclusive. Join them as they discover the path to self and societal fulfillment while making a difference. Hosted by empowered and cool millennial Erika Mison, together with her fellow millennials, they will be making a difference. Only here on V81 Radio, Manila.
Good afternoon, everyone. You are now tuned in to Making a Difference. This is a show created to inspire and motivate the youth of today. My name is Erika Mison, and you are watching Making a Difference. So, hello and good afternoon, everyone. It's nice to be back with our new season, season 5 of Making a Difference. I know we took a long break, but we've done a bit of we have a bit of changes, just a bit, but it's still the same. It's still the same me. It's still the same making a difference, and we are just so excited to be with you today, especially with our new season. So I'd like to thank everyone again, especially for those who have been watching Making a Difference since season 1. I know a lot of you have been supportive of the show, and I would like to thank you all so much. If it weren't for you guys, Making a Difference wouldn't be here today. So thank you for the love and the support that you have been showing to Making a Difference, and also to V81 Radio Manila for being the platform for making a difference. Thank you all so much to the team, to Senator Rolly, Sir Charlie. Thank you all so much for still giving me this opportunity to be able to be the host of Making a Difference. So, ayan, I'm so excited to be back. It's been a while. I feel like I'm a bit rusty, but that's okay. It's still the same me. All right, so before we start, of course, meron pa din tayong question of the day. So if you are new here to Making a Difference, we usually have this thing called question of the day. And I just want to hear from you guys. I want to hear your thoughts. I want to know what you guys think. So comment them down below, whether you're watching on Facebook or on YouTube, which, by the way, please don't forget to share this live to your friends and to your relatives and to whoever, so that we can have more viewers come in and join in the fun. So, okay, so this is the question of the day. Ayan, so malapit na elections and here in the Philippines. So what is the voice that you want to amplify for the upcoming elections here in the Philippines? So I just want to know your thoughts. I want to know what you think. And I will be reading your answers at the end of the show. And I will also be asking our guests for today. I'll be asking them also the question of the day later on. All right. So, of course, now that I've shown the question of the day, I would like to introduce to you our first two guests of season 5 of Making a Difference. Please welcome Ina Morales, who is the Director of Civic Engagement for GoodGov PH, and Benz Felices, I hope I pronounced that right, the Director for Governance and Public Policy of GoodGov PH. Ayan, so hello Ina and hello Benz. Welcome to Making a Difference. How are you both doing?
Hi, Erika.
Hi,
Good
Erika.
afternoon.
Hello, good
Afternoon.
afternoon. It's nice seeing you here virtually and nice meeting you virtually as well. I know hindi pa tayo. Well, ano na ba? Well, we can go out, but of course, it's best no to stay safe, stay indoors. So hopefully, we get to meet each other pag okay na lahat in personal. That would be fun, no? So, all right. So, this is Ina and this is Benz, and they will be our guests for today. But before we begin, may bago tayong pakulo. Well, it's not really nothing really big, but it's this question and answer that it's this question and answer game that we're going to do. So I will be asking 10 questions to both of you, to Ina and Benz, and you can just blurt out your answer. No need to explain. It's a this or that kind of question. Okay. So ready na ba kayo?
Ready.
Ready na.
Okay. All right. Let me just pull up my questions. Okay. First question. Twitter or Facebook?
Facebook.
Twitter.
Okay. Indoor or outdoor?
Outdoor.
Outdoor.
Outdoor,
Outdoor.
definitely. Okay. Something from this week that made you smile.
Medyo mahirap yun ah. Ano sa'yo, Ina?
Successful Vaccine Express sa Pampanga.
Yes, congrats.
Nice. Woohoo!
Ako naman, pagkain. Very
I love
generic.
it. Simple joy, Benz. Okay,
Yes.
Milo with sugar or without sugar?
Without.
Without then.
Without. Yeah. Favorite artist of at the moment?
Doja Cat.
Ooh, Doja Cat.
The 1975.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very classic songs. I'm getting to know you guys already with the questions. Okay. Hot or cold?
Cold.
Cold. Cold then.
Okay. Milk tea or iced coffee?
Milk tea.
Iced coffee.
Okay.
Supreme.
Okay, may sabi. Okay. Okay. Pool or beach?
Pool.
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 Pareho
Okay.
kami.
Okay, this one. This is the pinaka well-known na question. Pineapple on pizza, yes or no?
No.
Yes. I'm very, very sorry, Ina. Pero okay
Okay,
din ako sa walang pineapple. So,
not
I
picky.
not picky naman.
Okay, nice, nice. Okay, last question. What is the first thing that you will do when it's finally safe to go out?
Uh, Travel.
Travel. Okay.
I think travel na lang din kasi I think we can go outside na nowadays eh.
Oh yeah,
Pero we can travel, no?
that's true. It's still you parang you can pero may limitations tapos daming requirements, medyo tricky. Kaya
Yeah.
yun. Okay. So thank you. At least, we were able to kind of introduce Ina and Benz, but of course we will get to know them as we go on with the show. So thank you, by the way, Ina and Benz, for participating in that this or that segment. Okay, so all right, now let's dive to our what's this interview proper. All right. So now, both of you have something in common, and that is you are both affiliated with GoodGov PH. And of course, we'll talk about GoodGov PH as we move forward. But now, I just like to know, no, do you have your own personal advocacy? And if yes, what is your personal advocacy and why is that your personal advocacy? Baka now we can start muna with Benz.
Yeah, ako personal advocacy ko, well, since I have been working as a researcher for a long time, no. And I have imbibed in myself to carry an advocacy to kumbaga promote research no in all aspects of sa lipunan natin no sa even personal no that will have that kind of a perspective which is evidence based and based on facts, scientific facts, or just basically just based on facts no. So and secondly yun nga good governance, so somehow I'm able to marry those two things together, and I'm happy that I'm able to realize that the two goals together in GoodGov. So basically, that's my personal advocacy talaga, no? Since I started working as a researcher. And kumbaga parang in some cases, no, kumbaga in some cases you'll have an advocacy that is very different from what you personally believe in. Eh. So parang in my case, I have started to make it a practice that what I personally believe or what I am working on at the moment is also my personal passion or advocacy. So I
Nice.
think yeah, that's my personal advocacy.
Okay, all right. Thank you, Benz, for sharing. How about you, Ina? What is your personal advocacy and why is that your personal advocacy?
Para sa akin naman, ay hindi ko siya tinitignan as an advocacy kasi in my experience, marami akong tawag dito. I think I care about a lot of things, and I think that comes with just an awareness of your surroundings. When you observe your surroundings and when you're open to other people's experiences, parang nasusunod na yung empathy and caring about things that don't necessarily affect you. So I hindi ko siya ma-narrow down into a single issue or parang buzzword or sector or uh, concern. But I think nung pinag-isipan ko talaga siya, I think it all boils down to um, yung kakulangan ng avenue or platform for people to directly raise their concerns and for their concerns to be addressed. And nung pinag-isipan ko pa talaga siya, nung hinimay ko siya, it all boils down to having and ensuring good governance. So I think everything that I believe in, everything that I am passionate about, it all goes towards practicing good governance, making sure that in my own sphere of influence, I'm able to practice good governance as well. So siguro yun talaga, if I am to summarize it into an advocacy, yun,
Right.
yung good governance.
Right. And ikaw, for you, Ina, with this being your advocacy, how has this helped you grow? I know backstage you mentioned na now the job that you do, you've been doing it for 3 years. No? So how has having this advocacy, how has this helped you grow as a person?
Yeah, I think it's easy to look at when you say advocacy, when you talk about advocacies, when you invite people to talk about this is what I'm passionate about, this is the work that I'm doing in my community. Parang madaling tignan siya as, wow, ang galing naman ng taong to. Kasi ito yung mga malalaking bagay na na-achieve niya. But at the end of the day, I think good governance is really practiced and embedded in the everyday mundane things that you practice. As a government worker myself, um, it's easy for you to feel like, wow, ang dami kong nagagawa kasi I'm part of this big project, I'm part of this big program. But at the end of the day, parang kung halimbawa may lumapit sa'yo na humihingi ng tulong or request, it's just as important to be a good government worker when you talk to someone, when you process documents, when you talk to your coworkers as during times na merong malaking event. And I think lagi yung tawag dito, lagi yung na nakakalimutan or it's overshadowed by the bigger things that we look into. But I think it all boils down to that, yung mga little tasks that really show kung nagiging open tayo sa mga tao and their concerns.
Right, right. And ikaw, how about you, Ben? So now, ikaw naman you're more into the research side of things. So how has this helped you personally? Like, how has this helped you grow and mature?
Yeah, siguro related sa sinabi ni Ina, no? Being exposed to a lot of things, to a lot of situations. Well, most especially when you're doing research, no, you're being exposed to a lot of situations, a lot of data, and most especially that we're, kumbaga, in my line of work, we're specializing with governance that kumbaga, that affects a lot of stakeholders, most especially yung mga underserved communities natin, no, kumbaga, and also sa GoodGov, no, interacting with with people from different backgrounds, somehow it gave me a humbling experience, that yeah, yun nga sinabi ni Ina, no, na it will level you off as you go along in your daily life, na kumbaga ako personally sa research, no, parang araw-araw parang kumbaga pabobo ka ng pabobo eh. Hindi naman in a sense na yung parang you'll realize that you have a lot of things that you need to know yet, no, na
Yeah.
hindi mo talaga malalaman lahat ng bagay. And in that sense, no, it will give you also an experience, a humbling experience that will make you think that you don't have all the answers. Since you don't have all the answers, you have to collaborate with a lot of people. And that made me, kumbaga, emphasize the importance of collaboration, no. Kumbaga nowadays yun din when it comes to politics, no. It For the longest time we have been emphasizing the work of individuals, how great they are.
Right.
Well, that's undeniably true, no. Madami namang tao na they really great. They did a lot of great things. But I think at this point we must emphasize the greatness of doing work together, collaboratively, fighting
Yeah.
for change, as a team, no, as a group of people, more than resting an advocacy, or like for example, a narrative of change on a single person. So in general yun yung parang naging effect sa akin ng ginagawa ko ngayon, no? Parang mas na-open ako sa mga bagay. It made me more humble, and at the
Mhm.
same time it made me more hungry to learn.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes, I bet. But I'm curious. So, in the field of research, have you ever experienced? Did you have any ups and downs when it comes to sa field mo sa research? Have you ever experienced that?
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely.
Well, definitely, no.
I got curious. I wanna know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, well, basically, the act, kumbaga, the work of research itself is very, very tiring, no? It's very rigorous, no? I
Yeah.
mean, well, lahat tayo naging undergrad, no? Yung the act of doing our thesis, no? Parang nakakatamad eh. Or doing our research papers, no? Parang I should have been doing other things kesa naman dito. No, pero yeah, that's I think, well, that's a common problem, no. But siguro yung higher level challenges, siguro when it comes to, for example, yeah, dealing with people, kasi you really deal with a lot of people from different backgrounds. I have one instance, no, for example, yung first line of work ko, we did a research covering farmers all around the Philippines. So kumbaga pumunta kami sa mga provinces, no, to interview farmers, to survey them. And kumbaga bilang urban boy, lumaki ako sa Maynila, ganyan.
Okay. Yeah.
I had a really difficult time relating to them kasi, well, yun nga, parang sanay ako sa city life eh.
Right.
But at the same time, yun nga, parang like I said a while ago, it gave me a humbling experience kasi kumbaga over time, no, mas natutunan ko na rin na kumbaga how I can relate more effectively with those kinds of people, no.
Mhm.
And siguro despite those challenges, no, um kumbaga what I have in mind is that all of the things that we're doing, whether yun nga, yung mga researches na ginagawa namin, no, by documenting their experiences and challenges, that we will be able to, kumbaga, to amplify or to give a spotlight to what they're experiencing, and eventually makinig yung mga policymakers natin, no, on their conditions, for them to craft effective policies that will help the farmers, no. So
Mhm.
kumbaga parang it's a two-sided thing. So mahirap talaga. It's very tiring, but
Mhm.
it has given me a motivation that in these tiring moments, kung gaano kahirap, ang iniisip ko na lang ay yung welfare ng mga inaaral namin, no, most especially yung mga nasa laylayan nga, 'di ba, kumbaga.
Yun nga, parang your research, doing all of this and going to all the other places, parang it's worth it.
Yeah,
The outcome is worth it, right?
yeah.
Thanks for sharing, Ben. Yeah, go ahead.
Although ayun nga, I must add siguro, no, at this point, since we're uh all online, we're doing things online, one of the most challenging part of doing it is you also have to do research online, no. So yun nga, like I mentioned, no, kanina nung sa usapan natin, it's very hard to reach out to people at this point. And parang kumbaga it's regretting on our part that with this kind of setup, kumbaga parang we're not doing justice
Mhm.
na we're just interviewing people online, having surveys online, Iba pa rin when you do it in person eh. Kasi kumbaga you have that kind of relationship that you're establishing, and kumbaga the trust that the people the trust that you're building with people. So ibang-iba yung challenge ng online setup ngayon.
Yeah, definitely. I know a lot of us are struggling right now. I mean, here, us, it's online, and I'm not in the station right now. I'm still streaming here at home. So, maraming challenges talaga, but we can do this. We can push forward, no? But thank you for sharing your thoughts and insights, Benz. Really, really appreciate it. I have a question for Ina naman actually. Right now, so you mentioned a while ago, you've been in government. You've been working for the government for 3 years, right? 3 years na. And
Yeah.
did you have to make any adjustments in your life because of what you do?
I think yung adjustment ko talaga in terms of mindset. And I think it takes a certain kind of resolve to do the kind of work that we're doing, na marami kang nakakausap, and I think that what a lot of people don't share kapag sinasabing nagtatrabaho ka sa gobyerno, or when you work with different communities, na sabi nga ni Benz, yung mga nasa laylayan, um, may mga nabubuhat ka rin or nadadala kang burdens nila, na syempre hindi naman natin maiibsan lahat ng problema nila. We can only do so much with the resources we have. Kaya minsan talaga parang um, mabigat yung pakiramdam na ang dami mong na-absorb na issues, maraming lumalapit para humingi ng tulong. And ayun, minsan na nabibigo ka rin. There are other days are better than others. Pero siguro yung pinanghahawakan ko na lang talaga, yung not so much what we're able to help them with, what we're able to provide, pero yung nakikita mong pinagtsatsagaan nila, they're working with you. And I think dun, gusto ko lang din i-highlight yung sinabi ni Benz na meron kasi tayong notion of governance na parang top-down, na hihingi ka ng tulong, tapos ibibigay sa'yo. Pero I think when we say collaboration, when we say good governance, parang lagi siyang related to empowerment. Pero I think we shouldn't just stop with yung mga buzzwords na yon, but what does that look like on the ground? How do we make people, or how do we help people understand it in their context? And I think doon papasok yung kailangan talagang tawag dito, pagtiyagaan na lagi mo silang kakausapin. And kadalasan, I think alam mo yung feeling na parang naiinis na sila na bakit ang daming usapan, bakit hindi na natin to gawin na ganito, ganyan, kayo na lang bahala. Pero yung lagi namin binabalikan na mahalaga na meron silang ownership, that it came from them. Kasi at the end of the day, yung tulong na binibigay, it's just a means for them to achieve what they want for themselves. Kumbaga, hindi to dahil sa amin. It's just as much as theirs as it is from the people who gave them resources. So parang it's power sharing. And I think yun yung mahalagang ibalik sa governance, is making sure that everyone has a seat on the table. And yun, siguro yun yung lagi kong pinanghahawakan, na it comes with the territory of this kind of work, of this kind of advocacy. Pero tuloy-tuloy lang, kasi it's something bigger than yourself. Kahit na, syempre hindi mo mararanasan in this lifetime yung perfect world, but we plant seeds, and siguro yun lang yung pinakakaya natin gawin with what we have.
Right. So,
Yeah.
so it's so nice and very refreshing to hear these words from the both of you. Actually, it's very refreshing, and it's such a great reminder, no, na we also have to. It's working talaga din with one another, right? So Ina, given all of this, do you see yourself doing this or pursuing this path in like the next 5 to 10 years? Have you ever thought about that already?
Oh my gosh. Hindi kasi ako yung tipong tao na parang meron akong roadmap sa buhay ko. Parang
Okay.
kung Karen, kumbaga. Pero lagi kong iniisip, lalo na sa mga panahon na, ayun nga, mahirap. Parang bakit ko ba ito problema? Parang bakit hindi na lang problemahan ko yung mga problema ko sa buhay. Pero I always find myself, kahit na, yun nga, nagreklamo ka in your head, nagrarant ka sa mga kaibigan mo, sa pamilya mo, hindi nila naiintindihan kung bakit mo ginagawa yung ginagawa mo. Parang, at the end of the day, you say all those things, pero bumabangon ka pa rin, pumapasok ka pa rin. And I think it speaks to, baka ganun lang talaga ako, na lagi akong mapapadpad dito kahit hindi ko gusto. Kumbaga, I think that's just how I am, siguro.
Yeah. And that's fine. That's fine. Right? Thank you for sharing. No? How about you, Benz? Same question, actually. Do you see yourself doing research in like the next 5 to 10 years?
Yeah, that's actually my goal. But katulad din ni Ina, wala akong roadmap din eh. I mean, kasi it's very, parang for me, it's very, very, ano man tawag dito? What's the right word to describe? Overwhelming. Kumbaga to think of what you would want to pursue in the future, what you want to do in the future. So parang I'm just kumbaga living in the moment eh. So I'm doing these things, no? If this will be my path, no, eventually, then I'm all for it.
Yeah.
Kung iba naman, I'm actually okay with it. And yeah, kasi kumbaga personally it also gives me a perspective, and it also gives me a peace of mind na parang kumbaga whatever happens, as much as long as I'm doing these things at the present with all of my passion, with all of my capacity, then I'm okay. So whatever life will bring me, ganyan, or whatever the society will bring me, ganyan. I'm okay.
Okay. Yeah, parang wherever you end up, that's for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I think we all have the same mindset. Right? We're just living in the moment. Though, ako personally, I have something in mind, but again, if it's a different path, it's okay because I know it's for my own good. So I think we all share the same sentiments. But thank you, Ina and Benz, for sharing your thoughts. So we are gonna go on a very quick break. But when we come back, we are still gonna have Ina and Benz on the show, and we will get to know more about GoodGov PH and their thoughts on the upcoming election. So stick around, and we'll be back after these few announcements.
We'll be back shortly, making a difference. Only here on V81 Radio, Manila. Get into the treasure trove of undiscovered music through Napalm, your new all Pinoy alternative music. Whether it's rock, metal, reggae, soul, or pop, we have it covered. Napalm features upcoming Pinoy artists and musicians, hosted by Pards Moro and Lace Jimenez. So sit back and relax and enjoy Napalm, only here on V81 Radio, Manila. Connected ka na ba para laging updated sa mga bagong shows, promos, trending news, viral videos, events, o patok na OPM hits? Just follow us on Facebook at V81 Radio Manila. Simple lang, itype lang ang letter V81 Radio Manila. O, di ba madali lang? Kaya i-like at i-follow na. back to Making a Difference, only here on V81 Radio, Manila.
Welcome back to Making a Difference. If you are just tuning in, welcome to the new season of Making a Difference. My name is Erika Mison and I will be your host for today. All right, so before the break, I have with me two guests, Ina and Benz, and we talked about their thoughts on their own personal advocacies, and they were able to share what it's like with their day-to-day jobs and how they are how it has helped them grow as a person. So before we invite them back on, I would just like to flash, of course, our question of the day. There we go. So again, for those of you who are new here to Making a Difference, we usually have a question of the day, somewhat related to the episode. All you need to do is just answer in the comment section, whether you're watching on Facebook or on YouTube, and then I will be reading your answers later on at the end of the show. So here's the question of the day. If you haven't answered yet, you still have so much time to answer this and think about it and reflect. I want to know your thoughts, and I want to know what you think. What is the voice that you want to amplify during the for the upcoming election? So I just want to hear your thoughts on this. Let me know. Type your answers in the comment section below, and then I will read them later on. And please do not forget to share this live. Share this to your friends. Share this to your relatives, whether they can watch on Facebook or on YouTube. We're live on both platforms. All right. So I'd like to call back again Ina and Ben. So they're actually both from GoodGov PH, and they both have director positions actually. So Ina is the director for civic engagement, and Benz is the director for governance and public policy. So hello and welcome back, Ina and Benz. Okay, so now let's talk about GoodGov PH naman. So can you give us like a very brief background on GoodGov PH and what is it exactly that you do for GoodGov PH?
Yeah, so GoodGov PH is a youth-led nonprofit organization. It's youth-led and it was also started by the youth. So GoodGov is comprised of advocates of good governance, mga public servants are who are young public servants, SK council members, or students who believe in the thrust of good governance, of pursuing good governance in their communities, in their schools, in their respective fields. Yun yung pinaka gist ng GoodGov PH.
Sorry, when did GoodGov PH start?
2019. It was 2019. So, yeah, 2 years na yung GoodGov PH. So, we actually had our second anniversary nung June 12.
Wow,
Yeah.
June 12th. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Yes.
Anniversary. Nice. Okay, so before pa pala the pandemic, you guys were already there. Okay, so what made you what made you join GoodGov PH? Ikaw, Benz, what made you want to volunteer for GoodGov PH?
Actually, actually yung GoodGov kasi nakita ko lang siya online eh. Parang ako personally, I was looking for an organization in which I can join to kumbaga to share my passion and to learn from others as well. No, since parang kumbaga my passion was at that time really something about impacting a change in our communities ganyan or in our country, and at the same time doing research. So when I chanced upon GoodGov PH and they have like a public policy arm in the form of governance and public policy department, so I decided to join. And really when I yung mga programa na ginagawa namin or yung ginagawa nila before, that was those were the things that really pushed me and kumbaga motivated me to join, with the capacity building activities, um information dissemination about issues,
Mm-hmm.
reaching out to communities, not only communities in NCR or in Luzon, but also in Visayas and Mindanao. So, as parang kumbaga, as much as possible, GoodGov PH is being inclusive. Parang kumbaga, uh, we want to enlist the participation of the youth from all walks of life, regardless of your background. So, that kind of inclusivity, and most especially the passion of its members, no, those are the things that made me or that pushed me to join GoodGov PH.
Mm-hmm. Nice. How about you, Ina? What made you decide naman to volunteer for Good Gov PH?
Yeah, actually, maganda lang talaga yung mga promotional materials nila. As in, sobrang ganda. Ganda ng
Yeah.
branding. So nabuto talaga ako doon. Pero jokes aside, I think I was at that point in my life na gusto kong i-expand yung pananaw ko siguro, and also my network, kasi parang lagi nang yung mga kasama ko sa work. So I wanted to, as Benz mentioned as well, learn from others. Kasi parang ayoko kasing mas stuck lang sa ganito rin yung iniisip ng mga kasama ko. Ayun, siguro I wanted to challenge myself. And I guess it's also a humbling experience kasi I think karamihan sa mga kasama ko, at least in my department, ako yung isa sa mga pinakamatanda. Kasi sobrang students pa talaga sila. They're younger than me. So it made me kind of, nagkaroon ako ng adjustment period na, okay, wait lang, hindi pa sila, kumbaga parang hindi kami same sa, um, tawag dito, same place in life. So parang kailangan kong tanggalin muna yung hat ko of development worker at maging ate, kumbaga. So yun, I guess that's also why I wanted to join, and because I believed in the advocacy as a young public servant myself.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, I bet no you. So it's a good thing also to have those who are younger than you kasi fresh din yung mga ideas nila.
Yes.
'Di ba?
Yeah.
Actually, I could totally relate because I also have a team here making a difference. So shout out kay Angel, Hannah, and Troy. So they're all younger than me. So sila yung talagang they would advise, oh, ate, baka we can do this, yung pakulo for this and that. So it's
Yeah.
very refreshing. Parang feeling ko I'm young. I'm still young. Actually.
Yeah.
Oo, okay. So, since Ina mentioned nga na nabudol siya sa mga, their materials,
Mhm.
is there any upcoming or did you have like a recent campaign for GoodGov PH that you would want to share?
Hmm.
Sige, sige ako muna. Well, first and foremost, no, kami ni Ina, well, sakto din kasi kami ni Ina, we have this election-related initiative called Simulan Natin 2022, in which both of us are co-leading, no. So pareho kaming co-leading the campaign, and it is composed of two components. One is on voter awareness and one is
Mm,
on voter engagement. So
okay.
basically, the main aim of this initiative is really to, kumbaga, to i- institutionalize yung participation ng mga kabataan
Yeah.
from the elections and beyond.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
kumbaga, the main thrust of our campaign is on election awareness, information dissemination, but sinisingit na rin namin, no, talaga yung overall participation ng mga kabataan in our electorate and in our government. So at this point, no, we're having conventions. We have regional conventions in which we invite speakers to talk about some issues, no. For example, about the economy, about the health, no, and how the youth can do something about it. So meron din
Mhm.
kami mga topic, yung recent convention namin, meron din sa Mindanao. So we talk about issues, pressing issues on Mindanao, no. So most especially, um parang for the longest time malaki yung naging issue sa peace building sa Mindanao, and most especially na ngayon na na-establish na yung BAR BAR, BARM, no,
Yeah.
it's important to sustain the discussion on how to make things forward when it comes to that. No, so at yun yung mga initiatives na ginagawa namin, and I think Ina can add more to those, no.
Mm. Okay.
Yeah, as Ben's mentioned, dalawa talaga yung pillars ng simulan natin. Kasi naniniwala kami na aside from this is definitely an opportunity, there's a lot of people, a lot of groups stepping up since palapit na nga yung elections, and this recognition na mahalaga talaga yung participation ng kabataan. I think aside from that, we wanted to push na this doesn't stop and start during elections. And we also wanted to siguro share that aside
Mhm.
from presidential elections or senatorial elections, midterm elections, there are many different avenues that the youth can access to participate in governance processes in their communities, in their municipalities, in their barangay even. So I think that that's also what we wanted to incorporate in the Simulan Natin 2022, that aside from voters awareness of in knowledge sharing sessions on the different platforms, different processes that we can participate in, we also want to capacitate groups, Filipino youth, to with the tools and skills that they need to, for example, implement projects in their areas, to sustain projects, to create a team to lead projects. Kasi yun nga, yung pinaka-trust na simulan natin, that it starts with us. Kung may nakikita tayong problem, kung may gusto tayong tugunan, why wait for someone to hand it over to us? Kasi I think, yun nga, if we want good governance, if we want a genuine democracy, dapat two-way siya. We also work with them. We work
Mm.
together. Yun nga, collaboration. Yeah, so I think that's important, and it doesn't just stop with voting, which although it's very important, that's what decides elections. It doesn't stop there. So yun talaga yung pinaka naka-angkla yung simulan natin.
Okay. And so this campaign, it's already ongoing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Going already. So where can they, let's say we have viewers here who are interested or they wanna join, where can they reach you?
Yeah, so we have a Facebook page, the Simulan Natin 2022. You can like that page kasi dun kami nag-update ng mga ganaps ng Simulan Natin, yung mga SN conventions. We also share knowledge materials like mga FAQs, step-by-step process on how to register to vote, how to check your voters registration status, mga reminders na ilang days na lang to go before voting, before registration ends. Yun, so lahat ng, and all of our other media handles nandun din sa Facebook page.
Okay, cool. So again, for those of you who wanna participate or if you guys are interested, you can check out Simulan Natin 2022 on Facebook. So please do check it out. It's important. It's very important. And please also don't forget to register. We only have
Yeah.
less than 3 days left to register. And every vote counts. Trust me, trust us. When we say every vote counts, it really does. Okay, so now we're sort of on this topic. I just want to know both your thoughts on this. What for you is an ideal leader? Parang ano, another Miss Universe. I love throwing these questions at my guests, eh, no? But for you, Ina and Benz, what is an ideal leader? Baka we can start again with Benz.
Ang hirap ng tanong ah.
Oh,
Uh, Pero I mean, well, I have been pondering on that question for a while now. And para sa akin, no, siguro pag ganun, pag naririnig ko yung ideal leader, no, what an ideal leader should be, unang-unang pumapasok sa, kumbaga may isang buzzword na pumapasok sa isip ko, parang yung word na listen. No,
Yeah.
an ideal leader is someone who listens. As in listen, parang kasi parang in my observation, no, and I think ma-observe din naman natin, all of our leaders are very competent, no. Madami tayong competent na leaders, no. Most of them
Yeah.
are lawyers, most of them graduated from prestigious universities, no. Most of them, well, some of them graduated from abroad, no, from the US, no. Not gonna lie, no. They are all competent, and I think what lacks, no, what is lacking from them is their ability to listen,
Mm.
no, to the concerns of their community. Kasi parang kumbaga for the longest time, well, it's a structural problem, no, na parang we view our leaders as some people na nasa kanila yung solusyon, and na-imbibe na rin, siguro na-imbibe na rin na-imbibe na rin sa kanila na since they are the ones qualified, they are only the ones that can provide the solution to the problems, no.
Mhm.
But I think an ideal leader that can really parang facilitate change in our society nowadays, no, most especially that we are currently going through a pandemic, no, is a leader that can really listen, uh as in literally, no, um that can listen to the concerns of the people, and at the same time parang more than listening is really to engage with them and
Mm.
to kumbaga make the people that they serve as participants in building a program for change. So I think for me, at this point, no, may mga leaders naman na tayong ganun, no, that are very really open, transparent, that really listens to the concerns. Well, obviously, no, if I can mention a politician, no, si Vico Soto, 'di ba? Parang
Yeah.
I mean, if you would look how he governs Pasig City, how he is active in social media, how he listens to the people, no? Regardless if he receives positive comments or negative comments, you will see his intent to really listen to the people.
Mm.
And I think it translates, no, if you would look at how he has governed Pasig City amidst the COVID-19 pandemic, you can really see how that kind of trait or attitude has bear fruit, no, in their city.
Yeah.
So yun yung parang kumbaga I want to put forward din, no, in our, for example, sa mga youth voters natin, vote for someone that is open, that can listen to your concerns, whatever that is. And I'm really sure that kung maluklok natin yan sa pwesto, uh, change will happen, no, in our communities.
Yeah. Agree. I like that. And yes, galing ni Vico. Just saying. Like, galing talaga niya. I see him and I follow him also. Galing. He does, come to think it, he does listen talaga. So thank you,
Yeah.
Benz, for sharing. How about you, Ina? What do you think for you is an ideal leader?
Yeah, mas nagkaroon ako ng time kaysa kay Ben. So,
Yeah.
I think yung oo nga, parang kino-conceptualize ko muna. I think yung three main traits, I agree with Ben's na ang daming magagaling eh. Alam naman namin na magagaling na sila. They have the credentials. But I think what's important is someone who is empathetic, innovative, and reasonable. Empathetic kasi mahalaga na, yun nga, as Ben's mentioned, marunong makiramdam na kahit hindi ka naapektuhan yung constituency mo per se, pero nakikita mo na naapektuhan yung taong bayan, you're compelled to do something about it, to do something about it with the power that you have. Innovative kasi alam naman natin na madaming problema, maraming mga institutions that prevent us, although kahit na hindi talaga nila sinasadya, it's just the way our laws work or whatever man. Pero I think it's important, especially during those difficulties to think outside the box na okay, limited yung resources mo, limited yung kaya mong gawin, but what can we do with what we have? How can we collaborate with other people na technically hindi pa natin nagagawa but you're willing to try it? I think important din yun. And lastly, yung pagiging reasonable. Nabanggit kanina ni Ben si Vico Soto, and I think what's admirable about leaders, about politicians is kapag they see beyond tawag dito, yung political colors, and they look at ano na yung nagawa nitong leader na to and how can I collaborate with them, kasi yun yung pinaka-strategic. And I think that's a lot of things that people don't see. Na parang at the end of the day, you need to form these kinds of relationships with your fellow leaders, and that's not necessarily bad. Pero of course, I think it all boils down to yung pagiging reasonable. That this is the way to do it, and this is how we collaborate with others. So, as Ben's mentioned, we need to learn to listen and work with one another beyond those tawag dito, yung mga nakatakdang political colors or political parties. And lalo na ngayon that we really need to be united if we're able to heal as one, sabi nga nila. I think it's very important right now. Yeah.
Agree. 100% agree with both your thoughts, no? Okay, so kind of the last question. Okay, so do you have anything that you would want to say to those who are watching right now, especially yung mga kabataan mo? What is your message to our viewers today? Especially now, no, that especially those who are eligible to vote already. What would you like to say to them? But baka this time we can start naman with Ina.
Okay. Yeah. Sige. I think siguro sa mga nakikinig ngayon na mga kabataan or concerned citizens, I think siguro pag-isipan natin or balikan natin yung mga pagkakataon na nahirapan tayong lumapit sa barangay during COVID, nung meron tayong kaibigan na hindi nadala sa ospital kasi puno na, may nag-positive na kamag-anak, na hindi na nakaabot sa ospital kasi walang space, hindi yung mga nakikita natin sa kalsada na nagmamalimos kasi hindi sila nakakapagbiyahe. Let's think of all of these things and siguro pag-isipan natin what kind of government that we want to have so that natugunan yung mga ganong concerns na naranasan natin in our own personal lives. And we think about kung nagkaroon tayo ng ganitong klaseng pamamahala, how would things have been different? And then let's think about the leaders that are showing their intentions to run or people are looking at to run, and let's see from there kung sino ba talaga yung deserving ng ating boto, kasi sobrang crucial ng elections this coming 2022, lalo na ngayong pandemic na ang daming naapektuhan. So yun lang talaga. It's the power of the vote, and it all rests with every one of us.
That's true. Thank you so much, Ina. How about you, Benz? What is your message naman?
Ako, simple lang, no? It's really to vote. Why? Kasi when you vote, no, in the next elections, most especially in the next elections, you're also deciding on who among the people, kumbaga parang you're also deciding on the people that will hold your future or that will hold our future.
Yeah.
And since bilang mga kabataan ngayon, no, hayaan ba natin na pare-parehong tao lang ang maghahawak ng kinabukasan natin? So dapat tayo rin, no, bilang kabataan, since ito yung kinabukasan natin, since this will affect significantly our future. So we really have to vote wisely, and we need to really consider um, and do our best, no, to elect the people that will greatly make a difference in our society, in our country, no.
Mm.
So I hope na yun nga, related to that, no, I hope that we're all registered, no, and we'll really do our best, no, most especially in our local communities, to be critical, to challenge, no, um, to be really proactive in campaigning for principles of good governance, transparency, and honesty, no, and to vote for to vote for a candidate that will really be for our welfare and the welfare of our future.
Mhm. Thank you so much, Benz and Ina, for sharing your thoughts, especially for the upcoming election. So we are gonna go again on another quick break, but when we come back, we are gonna ask Benz and Ina for the question of the day. So stick around, and we'll see you after a few minutes.
We'll be back shortly, making a difference. Only here on V81 Radio, Manila.
Big Media is all about life's journey.
Yung mga yun, mga bata pa sila dati nung nakakasama ko sila. So ngayon, sikat na sila. Kaya,
In digital, entertainment,
Maraming salamat po na nabigyan nyo kami ng opportunity.
information, story, inspiration, and experiences. Whenever, wherever you want, welcome. Join us as we push the boundaries of possibility here with Big Media.
Connected ka na ba para laging updated sa mga bagong shows, promos, trending news, viral videos, events, o patok na OPM hits? Just follow us on Facebook at V81 Radio Manila. Simple lang, itype lang ang letter V81 Radio Manila. O, di ba madali lang? Kaya i-like at i-follow na. Now back to Making a Difference. Only here on V81 Radio Manila.
Welcome back to Making a Difference. Again, my name is Erika Mison, and I am the host for Making a Difference. So this afternoon, we have Ina and Benz. They are both part of GoodGov PH. So we were able to talk to them about their own personal advocacies and how it has helped them grow as a person. And we also talked about GoodGov PH, the organization itself, and they also shared their thoughts on the upcoming elections here in the Philippines. So before we end the show, of course, we still have our question of the day, and I'd like to call back of our two guests, Ina and Benz, on screen. There we go. Ayan. Okay. Guys, thank you again so much for being here today. Super appreciate it. And, you made the first episode of the season really exciting. Like, I personally have learned a lot from you both. And I hope viewers also has learned from Ina and Ben. So, wala, I just want to say thank you so much. Appreciate it talaga. Okay, so before I let you both go, we still have our question of the day. So for those of you who have not answered it, you still have time. So can we flash the question on the screen, please? Ayan. So the question of the day is, what is the voice that you want to amplify in the upcoming election? So for those of you who are watching, whether on Facebook or on YouTube, you can comment your answers down below. I want to know what you think. But for Ina and for Benz, what is the voice that you want to amplify for the upcoming 2022 elections? So, Benz, ikaw muna.
Siguro in related na rin yung sinabi ko kanina, no. I really want to amplify yung boses nating kabataan, since kumbaga the upcoming elections will be crucial in determining or influencing our future, no. And um and with that, no, we need to have a voice really, or we need to have a stake in planning for what we want to achieve in the future, no? Hindi pwede na parang for the longest time it has been dictated by a lot of people, no? And makikita naman natin ngayon na kung saan tayo ngayon at kung ano yung kalagayan ng iba nating kabataan ngayon. Although may mga developments na rin, no, we have to commend that, no, but we really need to push further, no, and to amplify further our voice, that will fully influence what will happen with us 5 to 10 years from now. So at this point, no, I hope that yun nga, through our advocacies, no, and with the local advocacies existing in our different communities, no, we will bank on that campaign to, kumbaga, to be active, be proactive, and let our voice be heard, no, with when it comes to the issues that we want to be solved.
All right. Thank you, Benz. How about you, Ina?
Siguro sa akin naman, gusto kong mapalabas yung boses ng ordinaryong Pilipino, those who just stuck with their inner circles, with their own issues, pero ngayon na nagkakaroon na ng pakialam, na nagka-question na bakit ganito yung pagpapatakbo ng bansa, bakit ganito yung pag-aasikaso ng pandemya. I think that's important to amplify this coming elections, to make sure that those people who are just starting to realize that they play a part, that they have a big role in how our country will be run for the next coming years. That's important for them to feel empowered and to have a stake in their future.
Right. Okay. Thank you so much, Ina and Benz, for answering, of course, our question of the day. Now, before I let you go, before I let both of you go, do you have anything that you would want to promote, or baka may mga personal shout-outs kayo dyan? Feel free. Sige, we can start with Ina naman this time. Anybody you want to say hi to, or baka you want to promote something? Go ahead.
Yeah, yun lang naman, if anyone's interested to work with us, yun nga, #collaboration 2022. You can like our FB page of our campaign under GoodGov PH. Simulan natin 2022. It's open to everyone, kahit hindi GoodGov members. We want to target everyone, the youth who are interested to take part in not just the elections but in good governance. Yes, and I think open pa rin yung applications namin to GoodGov PH. So kung gusto nyong sumali, kung naging curious kayo sa amin at sa work na ginagawa ng GoodGov PH, you can also apply as one of our members.
Okay. Thank you, Ina. But how about you, Ben?
Yeah, same lang din, no. If any of you are interested, no, we really need more hands, since our campaign will last up until election. So we need more people that are passionate, no, when it comes to elections, no. If you're interested, yun nga, you can message our page, GoodGov PH. Simulan natin 2022. We also have our Twitter and Instagram. So same social media handle, simulan natin 2022, for you to be updated with our ganaps, no, and eventually yun nga, if you're interested to join with us, please message our page. Yun lang.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Feel free to message them. It's an interesting how do I say this, event or project that GoodGov is doing, and it's needed right now. This is what we need. So if you want to find out more about it, please do visit their Facebook page, Simulan Natin 2022. All right, Ina and Benz, thank you both so much for being here today and sharing your thoughts and insights. I really do appreciate it. We all appreciate it, and I hope now we could see each other in person.
In person.
That would be really fun, no? Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. So thank you
Thank you,
again,
Erika.
and Ben. Take care. Both of you.
Salamat, Erika.
Salamat.
Thank you,
Salamat.
Ben. Bye.
Ingat.
All right. So again, we had Ina and Benz to represent GoodGov PH. So we talked to them about their own personal advocacies and how it has helped them become the people they are today. And we also talked about GoodGov PH, the organization that they volunteer for, and their upcoming projects. So again, check out their Facebook page, Simulan Natin 2022. I highly encourage all of you to check out their Facebook page and to engage with them. I believe they are knowledgeable, especially when it comes to good governance. So please do feel free to reach out to them or even just give them a follow or a like on their social media accounts because what they're doing is what we need right now. I'm sure a lot of you are still you still want to learn more about the upcoming elections, and I believe GoodGov will be able to help you. So I actually saw a couple of comments for the question of the day. So can we flash again our question of the day one last time, please? Our question of the day, there we go. What is the voice that you want to amplify in the upcoming elections? And I saw a couple of comments I'd like to read. We have one here from Lorenzo Zapata. So shout out to Enzo. Hello. Hope you and Tita Anna are doing okay. So he mentioned that we want change in our country by voting our next president who has a good leadership, integrity, honesty, kind, and God fearing. Okay, thank you so much for sharing your thoughts. Then also we have from Christian Clemente. And he says we need a president who is God fearing and respectful and is a good leader, and a president who listens to the youth. Please register and vote. So if you have not registered yet, please do register. Comelec has extended the registration up until September 30. So go to your nearest Comelec office. You can also check them out. They have their own website. They're also on social media as well. So you can, if you have any questions when it comes to the process, please do check out their website or give them a call, and please do register before September 30. And we have one more from Linda Mison, and she says, nasa kabataan ang kinabukasan ng ating bayan. Highly agree on this one. We are, as cliche as it sounds, we are the future. The youth is our future. So as we mentioned a while ago, every vote counts, and we're all in this together. If we want our country to heal, we must really work together. And yeah, you need to register to vote. Your vote, your voice, it does count. Okay, so that's it actually for today, for today's episode. I really appreciate you guys still sticking around, especially those who have been watching Making a Difference season 1 pa lang. I know a lot of you have been watching since the first season up until now, season 5. So thank you all again so much for continuing to support Making a Difference and V81 Radio Manila. You have all been very helpful. And if you have any suggestions, if you have any suggestions, or if you have any recommendations, or if you just want to send a message to us and say na, okay, I think this person would want to be on your show, we are very much open to that. So please do send us a message here on Facebook. So if you are watching on Facebook, you can just send us a message here on our Facebook page. So that's Making a Difference. And then you can also watch us on YouTube under V81 Radio Manila's YouTube channel. So please do check that out. All our episodes from season 1, they should be on here on our Facebook page. So again, if you want to watch a couple of our episodes back, it's still there. So feel free to check that out. And again, please do send us a message. We are always, actually, every week, naghahanap kami ng mga kabataan, or actually not even kabataan, anyone in general, to be on Making a Difference and to be on the show. So if you know of someone, or if you personally would want to be on making a difference, please do don't hesitate to reach out to us, reach out to me, and we can definitely work something out. Again, we're all in this together. Okay, so please don't forget to also follow V81 Radio Manila on Facebook. We have so much more shows in store, and again, I know we have new ones as well. So please do check out V81 Radio Manila on Facebook, and you can find all the other shows there as well. And we have a new time slot again for so we have a new time slot for the past 4 seasons. It has been 3 to 4:30 Philippine time, but now starting season 5 onwards, our time slot for making a difference would be every 1 to 2:30 p.m. Here in the Philippines. And what else? Do I have other reminders? I guess that's it. Those are my only reminders for you all. Again, we are still, well, right now NCR is under alert level 4. So yes, there are some establishments that are open, but I do hope that you still follow the guidelines. Of course, we still have to wear our face masks, our face shields. What else? We need to also practice social distancing. And if ever, if ever you don't really need to head out, I think it's just best for us to stay at home. The cases are again rising, so please do take care of yourselves, take care of your family as well. That's just my weekly reminder to you all. And that's it. That's it for today's episode. Again, thank you all so much for tuning in. Thank you again to Ina and Benz from GoodGov PH for being on the show and sharing your thoughts. We highly appreciate it. I will see you all next week again, same time, which is the new time, 1 p.m. Here on Making a Difference under V81 Radio Manila. Bye everyone and stay safe.
The program for the millennials that will showcase young professionals' worth, aspirations, and successes in doing what they believe is right, progressive, and inclusive. Making a difference. Making a difference. Join them as they discover the path to self and societal fulfillment while making a difference. Hosted by empowered and cool millennial Erika Mison. Together with her cool millennials, they will be making a difference. Every Saturday, 1 p.m. Philippine time. Only here on V81 Radio, Manila. Naghahatid saya sa mga Pinoy, mga kanta at programang Tatak Pinoy. Napapanood at napapakinggan kahit saan ka man. Streaming worldwide. In South Manila, this is V81 Radio.
Malayo ka man sa iyong pamilya, dito ay hindi ka nag-iisa. Tiyak ito'y iyong hahanap-hanapin, dahil ito ang nagpapasaya sa atin. Ito ang radio mo, ito ang radio ko. V81 Radio, V81 Radio. Dahil mahal namin kayo. V81 Radio, V81 Radio. Para sa inyo ito, V81 Radio. Ito ang paborito ng bawat Pilipino. Basta all hits, all Pinoy, panalo. Merong kwentong iyakan at tawanan. Kahit nasaan ka man, ito'y mapapakinggan. V81 Radio, V81 Radio. Ito ang radio Radio, PA1 Radio. Dahil mahal namin kayo. PA1 Radio, PA1 Radio. Para sa inyo ito, PA1 Radio. Ito ang radio mo, ito ang radio ko. Dahil mahal namin kayo. Para sa inyo ito, PA1 Radio.